Yo, what is up, fine fellow members of the Bit Crew? Welcome to a Pixel Impressions, where we're going to be looking at Zelda Navis Quest, which is a fan game. It's actually a side quest of a triplet of fan games. Now we're talking Zelda Return of the Hylian, Zelda Time to Triumph, and Zelda On the Link Begins. Not in that particular order, but those three games, this is actually a spin-off side quest of. And so far, it's actually really cool. I played about 45 minutes of it. It's funny because you start off, you have the beautiful artwork. You even have Link drinking a beer. That is something else. He's just enjoying himself, going through the Wind Waker timeline, and then he washes up on shore because he fought this monster or whatever. Navi comes and wakes him up and revives him and stuff. And then the first music that starts playing is freaking Banjo-Kazooie music. I'm like, what the heck? I'm sitting there playing his new Zelda game, listening to Banjo-Kazooie music. I felt like I was playing like Banjo-Kazooie Gruntilda's Revenge or whatever on the Game Boy Advance. That's kind of what it felt like with the graphics and the just the sandy beach and the Banjo-Kazooie music. Man, I just loved it. But it gets even better. The music is just on point in this game. You start off listening to Banjo-Kazooie music, then next thing you know, you're listening to Donkey Kong, and then next thing you know, you're listening to the classic Legend of Zelda Kakariko Village theme. It's pretty crazy the amount of music that this game extends to. You also get magic in this game, which is pretty cool. Navi gives you magic, and the first ability that she actually gives you is you can press Z on the keyboard. This is a keyboard-driven game, by the way, not gamepad, which really messed me up. But anyways, you can press Z on the keyboard, and you can actually, or control, and press Z on the keyboard, and she'll actually give you health, which is very, very useful. And I actually used it quite a couple times while I was playing, just because the enemies in this game are ruthless. By the way, can we talk about that combat real quick? If you just love anticlimactic, standing there, time-based combat, but not actually a time-based combat system, then you are going to love this game, because the combat is so freaking anticlimactic, it actually sucks. The AI is the kind of AI that doesn't move in a set, maybe a set path that it follows. It just goes straight to you. If it sees you, it's just on the XY axis going straight for you. Running into objects, it doesn't care. It's like, I see him, I gotta get to him, but I don't know how to maneuver around this environment because I am really dumb. That's the AI. And it's just not fun. And then when you get to the actual first dungeon, you're fighting those skeletons that throw themselves back and then walk back up to you. Man, you're sitting there, just standing there, swinging your sword, waiting for him to come. It's kind of chance, but it's really not, but it feels like it. It's really boring, but at least when you're fighting, you have some cool music to listen to, eh? When you're starting off in the village, it's interesting because you don't immediately go and get rupees like you're normally used to. You go and talk to the mayor, and he gives you bartering items that you use to go to the village and barter with the villagers to get your initial starting items, which you need a shield, a map, and a sword to be able to continue on to the first dungeon. So you're kind of grinding for rupees at the beginning. Once you buy your wallet, you get enough materials that you can actually get a couple of the things, and then you need to go side quest and sit there and get rupees. And I tell you, I was just going back and forth through the loading zones, cutting grass, trying to just get rupees, which was not the funnest thing, and I did that for a little longer than I'd have liked it to. But gladly I got past that and got to the first dungeon, and I gotta say that the first dungeon had me hooked. I almost was playing this game like I wasn't trying to technically review it. I was playing it like I was thoroughly enjoying the dungeon. It had me all looped up. I wasn't very happy fighting those skeletons because the combat is so whack in this game, but I still did enjoy the initial mechanic of trying to step on the switches to build the bridge. It was pretty good. It got me a little confused there for a bit with 3 floors, but I eventually got through it and I felt very satisfied. There was even a halfway mid-dungeon boss, which was interesting because you had to step on little platforms and shoot an arrow to try to kill him, and I initially killed myself, but I eventually got him to stand in like a spot, and I just hit it a couple times and I killed him, and I didn't even realize that I had killed him because I killed him just so quick. Overall, even though the dungeon was kind of confusing, it was very rewarding when I got to the end. That boomerang, though, just doesn't throw very far. When I was fighting the boss, I was like, wow, this really doesn't go very far. But the addition of having a health bar for the boss was really nice because it was good to see the progress. Although I'm so used to playing a Zelda game and having like 2 different stages of fighting the boss, so when this guy didn't change, I was like, well, that's easy enough. So ultimately in this game, you're trying to find the 7 medallions, and it looks like you're going to help Navi find the fairies. My initial review and impressions of this game is I liked it. You know, I would actually gladly play more of this in my free time. I'm not super impressed with the fighting mechanics, like I said, but there's enough interesting and new content in the style of Zelda: A Link to the Past. And, you know, it's got very interesting soundtracks, and even the sound effects for, like, Link, how it's from Ocarina of Time, and all the stepping sound effects. I am very nostalgic about that, and it's cool to have those Ocarina of Time sound effects in a Link to the Past graphics with its own quest, items, and just everything. This is not a ROM hack of Link to the Past. I might add that to you guys. This is a standalone game. So there's so much more than what could ever be in Link to the Past. So if you guys want to check out Zelda Navi's Quest, I will put a link in the description. Definitely, it's going to be a several-hour quest for you. So if you're wanting a fresh, little spicy Zelda game to go play that's not too easy but not too hard, Zelda Navi's Quest, you guys. Thank you so much for checking out this latest episode of Pixel Impressions. Please like it up, subscribe it up, and I'll catch all of you guys in future videos and live streams. Peace out, Big Crew.
What?